What's going on, all you Boruto fans? Unpredictable60 here, bringing you guys the next Boruto review. Today we'll be talking about episode 11, and it was a crazy episode. I really did enjoy this episode. We actually got to see Naruto being more of a dad in this episode. He actually took more responsibility for Boruto, and you know, we don't see that a lot. A lot of the time, Boruto gets to pretty much do what he wants, and you know, nobody's really controlling him or telling him don't do that or to do that. It's just kind of like he's doing whatever. So it's just pretty interesting to see that some people actually care to, or Naruto actually cares to discipline his son at sometimes, even though he used shadow clones to, you know, spread himself around the village, and that way he can be around Boruto more often. It was still just something interesting, I think, Naruto does now, because maybe he's realized that he needs to be more involved with his son. And you know, it's one of those things that I've been saying needs to happen ever since, like, maybe the first episode or maybe the second episode. It was somewhere early, and it's just, you know, we haven't really seen Naruto much involved in Boruto's life, and we did see that in episode, I want to say 9. We got to see that Boruto, we got to see Naruto actually admit that he doesn't really know too much of what he's doing with Boruto. You know, he's like, I'm not really too sure how to interact with Boruto. And I mean, for someone who's never had a dad, that can be understandable. You know, he never had parental interaction. So it's just like, it makes sense for Naruto not to know what he's doing and just to be like, well, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do for Boruto or with him. So now that we have an understanding of why Naruto hasn't really been there, it's kind of like, okay, now that, you know, he understands that he could be a good dad if he just interacts with him more, just doing whatever, then he has more involvement with his son. You know, he has more engagement with Boruto. He has more, you know, influence on Boruto, instead of Boruto just kind of ignoring the fact that his dad even exists. So of course, that being said, we got to see this episode. Boruto was really wanting to be the leader on this one. He really wanted to take responsibility for what happened to his friend, the class rep as they call her. And basically in episode 10, she had got attacked at this water purification plant, and it was by that, of course, ghost, as they relate to it as. And it was like, they really didn't show what happened, but apparently Naruto saved for the class rep because he was just nearby. They didn't really show what exactly went down. All we got to see was that class rep was unconscious, and the building that she was in had been broken into, and she basically had been attacked by the aura. We don't know if the aura actually took her mind over or not, but of course she got safely taken to the hospital, and Naruto was there to just watch her. And then at the beginning of the episode, we see all of her friends in there, and then Boruto shows up and he's like, hey, I'm so sorry, you know, it's my fault this happened. And she's like, no, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. And then he gets basically drug out by Sarada, and she basically just says, yeah, no more loud noise, you can leave now. Because Boruto just didn't know what to say for himself. He was just so upset and just so disappointed that it happened that he couldn't stop it. And you know, they actually found out that in this episode, they found out that someone has been watching them. Someone has been behind this whole scheme, which we knew that, but we just didn't know who or what, and we still don't know who or what. We just know that this person, for whatever reason, is draining. Actually, no, at the end of this episode, they actually said they're trying to get this chakra so they can awaken this thing called Nu or something. I think it was NU is how they said it, or NUE is how it was spelled. So I don't know, it looked like some lion beast thing. Couldn't really tell. It almost looked like a lion of some sort, maybe like a gorilla, and it mostly looked like, I don't know if you people ever, when you watch Naruto, you ever notice that the third Hokage, whenever he would use his summoning, he summoned this monkey looking guy, and that's kind of what it looked like to me. Like, it may have taken over his mind or something, who knows, but it looked like that type of summoning. And I don't know exactly what this thing is, what Nu is, or however you say that, but it just did not look like anything I've ever seen before. So that's going to be very interesting to see whenever they bring that to this, whenever they bring that to light, I'll say, because we did see them engage the person. They really did outsmart the person and let them know, like, okay, so we're going to take these mail routes and we're going to split up, because every time we do this, we do mail runs, the person strikes in a place that we're not even around. Like, they do it every time we're not near that area, so they know that we're somewhere, you know, they're watching us. So they finally strategized a plan. Pretty sure Boruto and Shigadai came up with it, but it was a very well devised plan because they did finally catch the person who was behind the aura. We don't know who it is. He's just a masked guy, and it almost seems like the same type of incident that happened back in Naruto. Just remember when Madara was behind the whole Nine Tails incident, but nobody knew that besides Minato. But see, now in this case, all the children, most of the children know there's a masked person running around manipulating people's emotions and just taking advantage of them, sucking out their chakra and using it to summon something or resurrect something. I don't know what. I just know that much from what I watched today. And this was, like I said, always really, it's just very interesting episode. You know, it's one of those things that you just want to see the next, what happens. You want to see what happens next. You want to see how things are going to play out. You want to see who's going to take care of the mess. You know, of course, we would like to see Boruto, but Boruto to me has very limited moves, very limited chakra. But honestly, we have yet to see really anybody use any type of real chakra besides shadow clones. You know, your basic moves, really. You got to see a little bit of shadow possession at some point. You got to see Earth Style by Iwabe. I mean, it's not really much of anything right now. I have been wanting to see, because I'm not sure, but I have seen in the game Naruto Ninja Storm 4 that Boruto used a water style before, and I don't know if that's actually something that he can do or whatnot, but it does look very interesting if Boruto does have water style. It'd be very cool to see, you know, something new, and Naruto's son of all people to have something like that. So of course I can't wait for that to unfold. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as to what you guys think of the episode and what you think is going to happen in the next episode. And if you guys have any comments or questions, of course, leave them down below as well. Go ahead and click the subscribe button for all you Boruto fans out there, and click the bell symbol for those of you who want to be notified about all the latest Boruto videos and content that will be coming your way. And on that note, like the video. This has been your broadcast. Unpredictable is out.